Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet with Tarot, and I've got a really exciting video today. So, tomorrow, well, when am I posting this? The day I post this, I will currently be en route to a vacation! I'm so excited! Oh my goodness. I don't think I've been on a trip longer than like a long weekend in, oh my gosh. How old am I? Like maybe 4 or so years now. And this is going to be like a beachy kind of tropical trip where we're going, which that also is like, I have not done that in, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. I have no idea. It's been so long. I am so excited. It doesn't even feel real. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, I wanted to show you all the decks I'm bringing along with me on this trip because it is a beachy tropical vacation, and where I live in my day-to-day is not beachy and tropical. I'm not really anywhere near a beach. So I've got some decks that feel like it's their time to shine. To start decorating, I've got my, they may look like your ordinary shells, but no. They are my Sea Witch runes. You can see they've got little rune symbols on the inside. These are Sea Witch's runes made by Little Shop of Light and Love. I will link her website below where you can, if you're interested, you can find these runes. But they're so cool. I'm really hoping I can take these with me. At least for a little bit. She was selling them. I made her some bags, crochet bags, to store these in that I think she was selling these with, and I should have made one for myself because I've been keeping mine in this like gauze bag, which is fine just to keep around here, but I don't really want them to break. I'm a little nervous about them breaking, you know, in my suitcase and stuff, so I should have made a bag for that. But anyway, I would like them to come, but we'll see. I'm a little nervous. Anyways, let's get into the deck, shall we? We're gonna start out with the one here that isn't selected due to the place I'm going, you could say. That's the Adventure Time Tarot. I am bringing this because I don't like not having it with me. This is a huge comfort deck for me. And I just, anytime I am going anywhere that's like really unfamiliar or it's gonna be this huge change in routine, which I realize sounds weird because vacations are exciting and I am excited, but I'm not good with changes to my routine, and this is gonna be a really large one. So this is the deck that really helps me work through that kind of neurodivergent goodness. Just because it's the Adventure Time Tarot, so it is based on the show Adventure Time, which is my comfort show, so I know all of these characters inside and out, and it just really helps me kind of self-regulate when I'm feeling some type of way. So this needs to come with me because it'll be alright, you know? But again, it'll be a change in routine, and there's a chance that could make me feel some type of way. So this is coming. Had to mention that. Now let's get into my beachy decks. I'm so excited. I don't have like very many watery decks because I don't live near the water, and a lot of my tarot practice I really base on kind of the world immediately around me. But I do have a few that I just really love, and it feels like this is their moment. So let's start with Oracle. I've got 2 Oracles that are coming, and 4 Tarots right now. Well, not including Adventure Time. That's a lot. Alright, whatever. The first deck I have to show is, you might recognize, this is a version of the Animal Guide Oracle, which I have probably been showing tons of because it's just one of my absolute favorites, by my friend Andy, and this is a special version she made for me just for this vacation, and I'm so excited about it. It's called the Animal Guide Oracle Sand, Sky, and Sea Krista's Vacation Edition. And so I just had to show it because I'm just really excited about it. So what Andy did was she picked out the Animal Guide cards. So these are all like the same cards from the Animal Guide Oracle that was available for pre-order. If you didn't get in on that, I'm sure it will be available again. But just like reformatted, recolored a little bit, and made into this little pocket size. And so it's all sea animals, birds that live by the sea. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about it. This was just the nicest thing, and now it feels like I've got this special Andy deck to come with me, and that in itself is like such a comforting thing too. So I'm very, very, very excited about this and to use it. It's just so perfect. It's my vacation edition! And I like how she included, it's not all animals that like necessarily live by the sea, but I feel like the ones that don't live by the sea that are here are like my favorite ones. Like she put a crow in here, which I love. Oh, it's just so cool. It's so cool. So I had to show this because that was just so nice. She didn't have to do that, and it was just such a cool surprise. It just showed up last week. my Krista's vacation edition. So that of course is coming. And the other oracle I have is the Karen K Messages from the Mermaids. I love this deck so much. So much. So usually my kind of watery, beachy decks come out more so in the summer. Look at the edging color I did. Very sorry if I'm all over the place. Can you tell I am just so excited about this? Because at least when it's hot out, like I can relate to these decks when the weather is warm, and it's more likely that I could end up at a beach somewhere. But I just cannot wait for these decks to, I'm acting like they're like my little friends. I mean, they feel like my little friends, and they're gonna get to experience this like ultra ocean energy. I love the artwork on this deck so much. I love the keywords. This is such a good oracle deck. The guidebook is really good as well. Jason Momoa, right? It's Jason Momoa. Can't wait for him to be on my trip with me. So this is actually, aside from, again, my new vacation edition Animal Guide Oracle, this is the only oceany oracle deck I have at all, again, because that's not really something I experience often. But I have this one because I do love mermaids, and this just really feels like, I don't know, this is the deck, the mermaid deck that does it for me. I had the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot for a while, but ended up rehoming that one because I never made a connection with it. And I think it's just, as much as I love her artwork, it just seems like I don't really make a deep connection with her decks for some reason. I don't really know why. Not to say that, you know, I do have her Witchy Cat Tarot, and it's okay for me to not have a deep connection with every deck. That one I keep because I'm like, it's so much fun. But anyway, so this is my mermaid deck now, and I love it so much. I love it so much. So that is the Messages from the Mermaids. Okay, now let's get into the 4 other tarot decks I have coming, and this one is not oceany per se, but it's just the color. And it is the Triunfido Luna Aquadoxical. So this is one of the illustrated editions. I do have the original one that you were able to pre-order, and I love that one, but for some reason, something about the coloring of this one I'm just so obsessed with. I saw this on Tegan's channel, Cosmic Creeper. She has this version of it, and I don't know, something about it, I just immediately was like, I need that coloring. I just do. And I've never really jived with any of the other paradoxical offerings from Deviant Moon. This one, it speaks to me. The other one I really like is the blue version of the regular Pip style, which I don't have any of the regular pip styles. I'm kind of considering getting that one because I don't know. I'm loving this blue turquoise going on. So this one is coming with, obviously it's in this video, and to me it just feels like that oceany energy purely because of the color, but it also I think will be a really good option for me to use if I for some reason am doing a reading and I don't want it to feel very watery. You know, this, when it comes down to it, is really a good RWS clone, so it's gonna, I don't know, it does very straightforward readings for me. So we shall see. Now I'm looking at this pile and I'm like, that's a lot of decks to be bringing. Like, I'm only gone a week. I mean, that's all right. But now I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, do I need to bring this? Yes. No. Yes. We pulled these decks out because they are exciting to me. It's okay if my backpack's a little heavy. That's all right. So that is the Triunfido Luna Aquadoxical. Next up, we've got the Tarot Cyrene. Ooh, look at that box. So cool. So this one I've had for a bit now, and I bought this one used at such an amazing price. I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember being like, ooh, what a steal. And I got this at the very beginning of the year when I was getting more into Marseille, but then also that was kind of when we were planning the trip and I got real excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I know I'm gonna want some oceany decks, and I love this. I've always loved the look of this one anyway, so I was like, now is the time. Gremlin voice. But yeah, I am really excited to have this one because it'll be a Marseille to bring. But now I'm like, but am I gonna want my book, my Marseille book? No, we don't need it. We don't need it. We can Google. It's okay. Welcome to my inner thoughts of day before a trip panic. But I love the coloring of this one. I love the simplicity of it. I also really love the art style of these mermaids. When I think of mermaids, this kind of vintage illustration is what I think of. And it's so cute. This deck is so cute. I just think it's really going to be so much fun on this trip, and this would be one that I'd probably use for like multi-card pulls, because mostly I don't really obviously plan to do that much tarot reading while we're away, but I am bringing my regular journal probably, and I just want to be able to do my usual daily pulls because that's just being able to keep some essence of my routine is also something that's very helpful for me, so that's the plan. But so for my morning polls, I've been doing like a single card from an oracle and then from a tarot. This one I feel like I'd want to do like at least 3 cards, so you know, if there's a reading that I want to do on that, then here we go. Look at the axolotl. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm gonna bring a big backpack and there shall be room for all my all my goodies. So that is the Tarot Cyrene. Next is one I almost forgot about. It's the Flow Tarot. I really, really enjoy this one. I think it's because I mean, look at the backs. It's so oceany. I love the color I edged this in as well. But this is a deck that to me doesn't feel like exclusively oceany, and probably because that's not all that is shown here. Why are we tilting? Oh my goodness. Did I knock into this? Okay. I use this deck for any sort of reading about anything water element, like, I don't know why we're sliding. Oh my goodness. So whenever I'm delving into some sort of emotions, this is a deck I really, really like to use for that. The guidebook is really good. So I just didn't really think of it when I was trying to pull out my ocean decks. And now, but again, this one is kind of a maybe. This one might not make the trip because now I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, my point is kind of prioritizing those beachy ocean decks so that they get their time in the sun, so to speak. And this is one that I do use quite frequently and doesn't really, to me, feel like ocean energy, even though I love those backs. I don't know. We're gonna think about this one. This one, actually now, if one's not gonna fit in the bag, it's gonna be this one. But this is one I really, really love. I use it really anytime I feel like I need to do a reading on anything involving emotion. This is the one that just makes sense to me to do that with. So highly recommend, not to say anything in that way, but I don't know if this one's actually tagging along, but that's the Flow Tarot. Last but not least, the one I'm probably the most excited to be bringing along, the Ocean Tarot. This is by Taylor Bryn. She currently has the Terra Arcanae, is that how you say it? I think it is, on Kickstarter, which I'm super, super excited about it. I really love her art style, but none of her other decks so far have really kind of clicked with me, but I've always loved the look of this one. But it took me so, so long to finally get a copy. Someone was selling theirs secondhand for a good price, and I was like, all right, let's take the chance on it because I love the artwork, and it makes me think of the Octonauts, which is entirely a children's show, but it's another comfort show for me. And so this reminds me of that because there's so many ocean creatures that show up in that show in these cards. And so I took a chance to try it out, and oh my gosh, I have been so obsessed with it. I love this deck so much. I really love how it has this real deep ocean energy to it. So it feels like you're really delving into that water element, like into that deep sea, which I really, really love. And as soon as I got it, I've just been so excited to bring it on this trip. I've been using it tons besides that, but I just knew, I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna have its time. I'm fully shaking the table this is on. I'm so sorry about that. But yes, I love the artwork of this. I know, I've heard a lot of people saying like that it's kind of dark, which I totally understand. It's a lot of line work, a lot of sketching. It is dark, but I think the reason I enjoy it is because a lot of the creatures shown here are deep sea creatures, so having it be dark just kind of makes sense in my brain. Look at how pretty this is, though. Look at that coral reef. Oh, it's so good. I don't know. I love it. I really love this one. I'm so excited about it. So if this is the one that shows up the most on my trip, don't be surprised. If you're curious, I don't know if that's something if people are curious about, of like seeing me use these decks, I do post a picture most days of at least my daily morning reading, so on my Instagram. So I will, I usually think I have my Instagram linked below, but I will be sure to do that this time. So if you want to follow along with how these end up working for me, definitely check that out. But that is the final deck I am bringing on my trip. I'm very excited, very nervous, but excited because, I don't know. Again, these are ones that I don't use a whole ton because it doesn't relate to my external environment often, but they're decks I love, and I'm so excited about it. So I hope this was enjoyable. If you have any favorite beach-themed kind of decks, definitely let me know. I'm just out of curiosity. I like knowing what other people like. But other than that, I hope you all had a wonderful week, and I will see you again very soon.